Laura, you're in the physical fitness industry.
Yeah.
I suppose lots of people ask this question. Why is fitness so important for young women?
I think that physical fitness and sport, physical activity is really important for both your physical and mental health. For myself, physical activity has been really important for me since a very, very young age. It initially became a hobby, but growing up to have a better understanding about sport and physical activity made me realise that not only does sport maintain fitness in general, maintains a good health, it also impacts your mental health. It reduces stress, it helps you to sleep better, it increases energy levels and your mood as well. So for me, having gone through the challenges that I've gone through in regards to mental health, and to be honest, physical as well, so some health challenges. I know I've had some diagnosis, but a lot of women probably also have as well. And fitness helps you to get through that. It helps you to manage. I know with me, I wouldn't have been able to, or I don't know how I would have managed without sport and physical activity. When I first had my accident, I couldn't.
I was going to ask, as someone who's so into their physical fitness,
yeah,
you've shared about some of your experiences, like your car accident.
Yeah.
Does that mean you couldn't exercise? How did you manage that?
So for a while, I was out of exercising, and it really, really upset me. Yeah, it could have broken me, but I knew that I was so focused on getting physically better to be able to make tiny little steps of improvement, and that's what I did. So
Yeah.
I rested for a good while, but then I made little changes to my life to get back in to physical activity and use it as rehabilitation instead. So when I first had my accident and I couldn't do it, I was really sad and down for a while, but it's that knowing that I can change that, I can work towards getting better and using physical activity to get me there, to then get back into my hobbies, my sporting hobbies.
Do you think? I think there's a lot to be said for small changes, because I think we can find it intimidating that if we don't really do physical fitness, or if it's not our thing, to join a gym or to join a class, and then you're kind of jumping straight in at the deep end, aren't you? And it's like, well, that's not for me.
Yeah.
I know some of the small changes don't make that much of a difference, but would that be stuff you'd advise people to do? Just make some small changes?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think especially for young women, there's small changes are so positive, and there's a lot of women in general that do not participate in physical activity at the moment because they're either too scared, or they don't have enough confidence to get themselves into a gym. And I think that's because sport is a male-dominated area, and we do all know that. But it's a vicious cycle, because sport and physical activity increase confidence, but you need the confidence to go and do it. And for young women, there's a lot of women that will go and take part in sport, and they absolutely love it, but there's a lot of people that won't, and they need that support, and so making small changes makes a big difference overall. And I can really liken to this. So in terms of, I've always been someone that's enjoyed their physical fitness and their running and playing sport and being involved and going to the gym. And then when I was poorly, I just couldn't do any of that. And that was really hard, because as you say, it's a vicious circle. The less you do, the worse that you feel. And what I found was I was waiting to feel better before starting exercise. And that was never going to happen. And one of the things that I learned through therapy was that actually I need to get up every single morning and do some exercise. Why? And the reason was that with anxiety, it hits you first thing in the morning when the adrenaline kicks in when you wake up. And so I run every morning now, less than a mile, but I run to get out of breath, to burn off that morning hormone, and that really works for me. And now I go to the gym,
I do something called park run every single week. So me and my son run park run a lot. And that's a great community thing as well as running. I'm much slower than I used to be. So since I had my stroke, I can't run as fast. But I really get the value of exercise for a whole host of different reasons. And that's why I try and encourage other guys my age to do that, because it gets you out, it's fresh air, it helps burn off stress. If I'm out of breath and think I'm going to be sick, I can't be thinking about my worries. That's all I'm thinking about. And so it's become really important for me, and I would really encourage other guys to do something is better than nothing.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you find that your mind switches off to other things when you're exercising? It becomes that is the only thing that you can focus on.
It's a mix. Yeah. So it's either that, like, oh my God, I can't run any further, otherwise I'm going to vomit, and so that stops you. Or it actually gives me time to clear my head. Yeah. It gets me time. So when I'm running park run, 9 times out of 10, I'm thinking about family, work, what I can do to, oh, okay, that's a good idea. Why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? And it gives me a sense of achievement. So I'm quite near the back. I'll be honest, I don't care. I just want to get round. I run it with my son. It's time with my son.
Talking about achievements, did I see that you're coming up to your 100?
I've done my 100, so okay. My son is 97, 98, so he's nearly at 100.
Proud
dad? Big proud dad. Yeah. So by the time we're watching it, he's probably done 100. But again, physically wise, that's teaching him that it's great to get out every week. It's also about achievement. Yeah. But it's also about he's around other adults who are exercising as well, and seeing other people making an effort, whatever their shape or their size. And the encouragement I'd want to give to other people is, as we've said, if you wait to feel ready to do this stuff, you're never going to do it. So it's not about you have to run every day, because most people say, oh, I couldn't run every day. I never thought I could. Yeah. I didn't suddenly wake up one morning and go, this is me. Some mornings I wake up and I think, I hate this, but I still do it. Determination, because it's the right thing for me, and it's persistence. Yeah. It's about persistently turning up for myself and knowing that I'm doing it for my physical health. And it's the smallest thing. If it is walking to the end of the gate at the garden and back, if that's all you can do it, because it will make a difference, won't it?
Yeah, absolutely. What would you say is the hardest thing to keep you going with physical activity?
Yeah, the hardest thing, here I go again, is about recognising your age. Yeah. And actually, although inside I feel like I could still run 100 metres really quickly, I used to be a 100-metre runner, it's knowing that your body can't do as much as it used to, and the aches and the pains last a bit longer, and you do need to sleep it off a bit more.
I think it goes back to small changes, doesn't it?
I think it does, and I'm convinced that if I went to the gym as much as I do now when I was 21, I'd have had the best six-pack and the best guns in the world. I'm putting that much effort in now, but there's only so much you can do. And so it is some of those small changes, those lifestyle changes, recognise you need to get more protein in your diet, just some of the small tweaks that physically make you feel better, but emotionally you're turning up for yourself. You know you're doing something for yourself, and I think that's really important. I mean, is that the same for women? Because you guys tend to go through your life a whole load of different hormonal changes and stuff that can change you. I suppose exercise is the same, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I could go on all day about this. I've recently been had a health diagnosis myself, and there's like I say, loads of other women out there going through that, and that impacts your ability to do physical activity. And then if you do physical activity, that then positively impacts your health. But because of the mood changes, the body changes, the hormone changes, your body will react differently to everything you're doing, really.
Top tip, what's your top tip? If you had one tip to give to women about exercise, what would it be?
I would say find something you're interested in, because there will be something. Give it a try. If you don't like it, try something else. But there will be something that you can take part in, whether that be walking down the street, walking and talking, or putting on YouTube and dancing around the living room while you're doing your cleaning.
Yeah.
Anything like that will keep you fit and active, and it's just about getting started.
Brilliant.
And learning to feel confident within yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
What about you? What's your top tip for men?
Mine would be to guys, do one thing every day that gets you out of breath.
Nice.
Even like if you're really overweight and you've led quite an unhealthy life, and walking up the stairs makes you feel out of breath, still do it. Do one thing to get yourself out of breath. Keep pushing yourself and knowing that you're doing it for a reason. You can get the lift the rest of the time, but once a day, just get out of breath. It's good for the soul, it's good for your spirit, it's good for your mental health. Because if you wait to be ready to go to the gym, if you wait to be ready to do a box exercise class, if you wait to be ready to do parkrun, you're never going to feel ready. Just do one thing each day to get you out of breath, and slowly and surely you'll find yourself wanting to do more and more. But yeah, it's about getting out of that comfort zone, I think.